We are delighted to welcome Dr. Snehal Pinto, Director RAN Group of Schools, to this conversation with BW Education. With over 2 decades of experience as an educator and leader, she has worked across teaching, administration, and school leadership, making notable contributions to strengthening student engagement and the teaching learning process. Dr. Pinto has worked with multiple national and international boards, including CBSE, ICSE, ISC, IB, and IGSE, and is widely recognized as one of the foremost voices in the K 12 education sector in India. Welcome, Dr. Snehal. All right. So, over the past 2 decades, we have seen the education sector has evolved dramatically from curricular design to student engagement. How would you describe the biggest changes in Indian K 12 education and how has the RAN group adapted to them?
So, firstly, it is my privilege to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. I thank Christ for this privilege of being able to represent the group. If I were to capture the transformation over the decades in a line, I would say Indian education has shifted from teaching children what to think to enabling them how to think, how to create and adapt. So, over the past decades, a couple of decades, classrooms have really opened up to technology. Learning has stretched, beyond exams into real life, real world and life problem solving situations, scenarios, simulations, and even parents and teachers are more conscious of nurturing well-being alongside achievement and talent. And I try and we have been blessed not just to adapt, but to also we've been able to anticipate many of these changes. And whether it is embedding of future ready skills, giving our students global platforms, we've also been able to endeavor in helping them be rooted in the value system, and also ensuring that the arts, sports, and leadership skills grow alongside academics. We've tried to build ecosystems that nurture, that prepare children not just for the next exam, but for life itself, uh, in not just the near future, but just being able to look at the big picture and move ahead.
Absolutely. From what to how, the change has been very evident and is very necessary and is the need of the hour as well. Secondly, you have worked across CBSE, ICSE, IB, and IGSE frameworks, as I earlier mentioned. How do you balance global best practices with the local needs of Indian students to ensure holistic development?
Wow. So each curriculum, each board, they have their unique strengths, and we are grateful we are able to cater to each of the boards, to the students across each of the boards. And one of the things I find, and I think the characteristic of each of this is one is the scale of CBSE, ICSE's rigor, the inquiry approach of the IB, the global perspective, approach of the CAIE, and the National Education Policy 2020 has only further reinforced this need for flexibility and creativity and holistic growth. Now, the advantage of being one of the largest school networks in India is that we can integrate, we can exchange best practices across our boards, across the boards in our system, and also democratize them across the schools, in our endeavor to ensure that no child is left behind. Now, at our institution, at our organization at Ryan's, we try and we do our best to blend international global methods with the value system here, and combine traditional with innovation, create an ecosystem where every kid, every student is equipped not just for their academic success, but really for life itself, to be rooted in the local, yet being internationally minded, having global perspective, having an approach that causes you, to have a rounded perspective, worldview.
Absolutely. Students often say that this board is difficult or XYZ board is more difficult, but how differentiated each board is actually quite interesting. In the post pandemic context, Doctor, what measures has your institution implemented to support and strengthen the mental health and overall well being of students? Because this has been a burning topic. Also, it has been a debate in many universities nowadays that mental health. So, how do you see this?
Wow. So, can I just put a disclaimer right at the outset that I think we're still work in progress, because everything is evolving so rapidly in terms of the socio-emotional changes as well. And if there's anything, the you know pandemic is long gone, but it has taught us some valuable lessons. And one of the things that it taught us was academics can pause and restart,
Hmm.
um, but a child's sense of safety, belonging, and nurturing that sense of hope, that should never be compromised. And at Ryan, uh, our intent, our heart is that we place mental health at the heart of every response. Like that is our priority, because we're seeing such rapid changes. And I think, for like I said earlier, we have anticipated these things ahead of time. So we have placed mental health at the heart of our responses. um, Again, still in progress, nevertheless. So through teaching, and I think it's trauma informed teaching, and our educators are constantly upskilling themselves with new strategies, and not trends but new ways, and um, methods, or if there's any kind of recommendations that are sound, substantiated with research. Our educators seek to now meet every child with that lens, and empathy being at the core of it, being able to be perceptive about reading emotional indicators in our children, and then designing learning experiences around it. Now, we have endeavored to build systems across the schools in like mindfulness and wellness clubs, and the peer networks, and of course through counseling. But they do more than just support rehabilitation or recovery. The idea is to really equip the students to cultivate resilience. So that's the idea, to nurture that, to and like just prod them, and push them towards cultivating that, no matter what the situation. And our belief is simple and yet profound, but that schools are sanctuaries, really, where children come not only to learn, but also to really grow, heal, discover their God given talents, potential, but also the strength that God has put in them. And I think this is the preparation they need, not just for combative purpose, but for strategic purpose, really looking ahead in life itself, keep moving forward. Yeah.
Definitely. Work in progress. That's very well, very honest answer. And any school, be it a school, university, or any organization, is an organization because of the students only. So it's really important to put emphasis on the mental well-being. So the conversation around safety in schools is intensifying. The recent development from installing CCTVs cameras to revisiting classroom monitoring practices. How do you balance safety, privacy, and a healthy learning environment?
Yeah, yeah, that's a loaded one. Well, safety in schools today is more than just surveillance. It's not mere surveillance. The idea is to build an ecosystem which which translates trust building. The idea is to let the parent know, as much as a child know, that you're in a safe space. And honestly, I believe, I'd like to believe that every school out there endeavors to do that. um, and at Ryan, I can say for us that we ensure safety through a layered process, through a layered approach. So technology like CCTV, digital monitoring is there, of course, but also building strong systems of um, not teacher vigilance, but like alertness, just being aware, being mindful, perceptive of not just your class and your group, but just really as a whole in the school. And also, there are clear protocols and systems. We have developed that now, and more and more awareness programs, of course, for the students and teachers alike. So, yeah, privacy is protected using technology as a safeguard, but not as an intrusion. And the whole motive, the whole intent is to teach children personal responsibility as well as digital responsibility. And I think it's incumbent on them as well. The moment, like you can do all the work in the school and it can get undone at home because, you've got working parents, dynamics are changed. So the idea is to ensure that children have agency of that responsibility. Also, safety is not about creating a climate of fear, but about building a culture of trust and care, where children feel respected, seen, secure, and free to learn and express without hesitation. Um, and I think that, again, all of us are on that path. So I think that kind of makes a balance. It kind of balances out a healthy learning environment.
True. Since you also mentioned about digital responsibility, which takes me to the last question of the interview, do you see technology reducing or widening the learning gap between students from different socio-economic backgrounds?
Wow. Well, technology has the power to do both. It can be a great equalizer, or it can further divide the gap. Left unchecked, it risks widening that gap. As access and affordability still vary across this diverse nation. So when we take responsibility as schools, as at RIMS we do, technology, we seek technology to become a bridge, right? It becomes a bridge for us. So by integrating digital tools in the classroom, providing shared resources, training the teachers, vital, and ensuring that students from different backgrounds have opportunity, the same opportunity to engage meaningfully, you democratize, like we democratize access. Now, the real challenge is not in the device, but in how we design learning experiences around it. So, used wisely, yes, technology doesn't just deliver content, it unlocks inquiry, curiosity, it levels the playing field, but also prepares every child to look outward and thrive in a knowledge driven future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Snail, for sharing your valuable insights and for taking the time out to speak with BWH Education. It has been a pleasure hearing your perspectives on the evolving landscapes of school education. Thank you once again.
Vishal, thank you.